Hello everybody, I hope you're doing good today. This video will contain copyrighted material being used underneath fair use act for educational purposes. I wanted to do a little video on FEcore here. There's been some changes to their website. They're minor, you know, not very big, but you'll see. Used to be you clicked on this button. I think it used to take you to their main page, what FEcore was about and all that. But when you click on this button now, it just scrolls you down to the find membership. So you can't get to the main page that way. Though if you scroll down and you can still get to the main page here. Or you can get to the main page here. But it used to be you click up here and get to the main page, but now all you got is log in and get involved. Yeah, give us money. So anyways, their projects. Now on this page here, their cover page, you notice they got rid of the medical research with their cannabis, their dauber with the cannabis oil on it. But it's on their main page still. But they decided to remove that from this, I guess because, it will scare a lot of people when they find out these so-called flat earthers want to dabble into my medical care. I think I got too many people dabbling into my medical care as it is, when the only thing that should be involved in it was the doctor I choose. So I think that's why they don't have that medical stuff, medical research here. Not only that, it doesn't have anything to do with flat earth. So anyways, I still find this autonomous balloon and rocket launch platform just laughable. The fuck they gonna do? Go up there and supply the ISS with food? Toiletries? Wow, man. But yeah, we got some registration information on FEcore now. I want to thank Mark Wilson for posting this on IFers. But here you go. They lied to us yet again because they told us FEcore was, done deal back when they had the conference. But no, it took them a month longer. 12/7, in fact, 5 days ago, they became a corporation. So they were lying to you back at the Flat Earth conference when they said this is already done deal. It was all bullshit. But no surprises here. The incorporator is Richard Harris Hummer. And let me point out again to you all that Richard is involved in the media, TV and radio, and Jerry Lewis telethons when them were running, and he's part of the beast system, part of the control system, part of the deception system, and now he runs what's supposed to be a flat earth group. And when I say he runs it, he runs the whole thing. Everybody else is just facade, a distraction. So hopefully you don't look at him. That's what these clowns on the other clowns on the boards are. But I'll get to that in a minute. Wanted to show you this picture here, man. When I seen this, it reminds me of the astronauts up there in the space station when they're claiming they're getting ready to send off to one group and receiving a new group. They do that devil horn circle thing, reminds me of that kind of. And then when you scroll down, you got the black and white stripes, black and white. And what we got here, some vegan food, dry berries, sunflower seeds there, other oats, and I don't know what else is in there. But it looks like vegan food to me, doesn't it? I mean, there's some kind of symbolism going on here. Maybe I'm missing it, and my subs can comment down below. But over here, I want you to read this. FEcore is unique as an independent research group which does not rely primarily on corporate or government funding. Did you get the doublespeak there? They didn't say they don't accept government funding. They're just trying to tell you they don't primarily rely on it, which is a bunch of bullshit. Because their monthly subscriptions or their yearly subscriptions, that ain't going to generate much money. Maybe $20,000, $30,000 a year. That's not much. So I don't see anybody, a millionaire, giving these clowns money, private money, unless he's got money he wants to launder, on a 60-40 split or something like that. I don't see corporations giving these guys money unless they want a specific result or launder money. So, yeah, double speak here. We don't rely primarily on government funding. Does that mean if you get 100 checks from people joining your subscriptions and you only get one check for $5 million from the government, that means it's not primarily government funding because you got more checks that equaled less than the one government check? I don't know how that works. Maybe Jared and Bob can explain that. But let's scroll down here. But by far our most unique facet is our relationship with you. I don't have a relationship with these clowns, these bunch of YouTube clowns that run around pushing theories for the last 3 years. Who they speaking to? Themselves? We were able to form FEcore because we know there are millions of people who want the truth, who have awoken to the same realization we have, that mainstream science is stuck. Stuck? I find the words of some of the words they use in here very eye-popping. Stuck? They're not stuck. Wow, they're lying their asses off. The FEcore is going to come and get the mainstream science unstuck and get it moving forward again like it has in the past, or so they claim it does. Science ain't moved forward. You've been deceived. You're going to continue to be deceived. It ain't stuck. Instead of hiring scientists to solve the contradictions in their theories, they hire actors to convince us that there are no contradictions. Well, you all are a bunch of actors, YouTube actors, pushing theories for the last 3 years. Like the Globe Busters on Sunday, and you got the dude pushing the egg, what was it, the egg world, I forgot what he called, the cosmic egg world or whatever, where we all live in an egg-shaped world. And he admitted he didn't have any proof of it, but Bob felt this guy was, wow, real smart and had to have him on, and I suspect this clown will be on Patricia's show. But if you didn't see it, go look, and you'll laugh your ass off real quickly. Go see Globe Buster's most recent Sunday show. Yeah, you all live in a cosmic egg. That's what it was, a cosmic egg. With many different realms. Yeah, man, these are so-called people that are going to make our life better. Before we formed FEcore, we each wished for some way to contribute to find the facts. Again, another word they use, contribute. You guys don't contribute nothing. Your time ain't worth money. You're a bunch of YouTubers pushing theories. You're not scientists. You think you should be paid? You think your time is a contribution? No. You shouldn't even been using this word, because you're asking other people to contribute. And then you're asking to be paid for your time. You ain't contributing nothing. Unlike the science and exploration of the past, our research will be funded by individuals who want the truth released to the public. This research will never be funded by those who have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. But they just admit they're going to take government funding. It ain't going to be primarily government funding. That just means they'll accept any money that people want to give them, be it government, corporations, individuals. They don't care where the money's coming from. And once they accept government funding, it's called the silent bribe. And now that they're a 501c3, they're limited on their political and social speeches and social changes. They're very limited on what they can do now, from now on. Did I cover this picture? Yeah, I did. Let's move on here. There was something else I wanted to cover. Oh, yeah, here we are. FEcore established as a... I think this is new. They just posted this. FEcore is established as a tax-exempt nonprofit organization under the U.S. Code 501c3, Internal Revenue Service Regulations. Well, show us your 1023. Start producing the paperwork you're supposed to be producing when you're requested to do so. I also want to point out that Mike Kavanaugh, we all know he's not even American, doesn't even live in America. I think he lives in, I forget where, Timbuktu. And then you got Steve Torrance. He is American. He's the treasurer, but he doesn't live in the U.S. I think he lives in Brazil. I forgot where they said he lives, but it's nowhere's in the U.S. Now, a treasurer's job is, if I'm correct, is to pay the bills, hire an accountant, make sure the accountant does their work, and hire somebody to take care of the taxes and all the other stuff, and pay the bills and pay these clowns for their time, and, you know, deposit checks. And that's the job of a treasurer, right? Am I wrong? But this clown will have no access to his job duties because he can't have access to an American bank. So that's why everything revolves around Rick Hummer. Rick Hummer is, you know, the leader here of this group. Doesn't appear that way, and that's on purpose. But he is their leader. So, let's keep going here. They got their Balaton Lake in Hungary experiment coming up. It's another Jaron laser experiment. Many of you are probably asking what happened to Jaron's other laser experiment he did just recently in that canal in California, I guess, that you guys call the Delta down there. You know, Jaron, I guess, suspected that, you know why it failed the second time? Because the second time Jaron went back, he realized the road wasn't level. The canal road wasn't flat. The canal road that some farmer built with his tractor wasn't flat. Jaron, you won't find a road in this country that's perfectly flat to look for the accuracy you were looking for. And this just goes to show you that Jaron shouldn't be doing experiments. He shouldn't be setting them up or even participating in them. He should be water boy. That's what he should be. So anyways, they're going to go to Hungary. Going to spend a week there. It's going to take a week just to shine a laser across the light and see if they can see it on the other end. You know, and I and others have asked, why can't you just use a regular light and get a P900 and zoom in on it? You proved it without having to buy a $20,000 freaking laser. So anyways, they expect they're going to travel the world with this high-powered laser. This laser, it's going to generate a lot of heat. And up to a certain point, it's going to cause severe injury to somebody. So that means they're going to have to close off this lake. I imagine once you get a mile or 2 miles or 20 miles out, it probably wouldn't cause injury to somebody. But, you know, probably within the first mile, quarter mile, half mile, whatever. It's going to be, that laser's going to be putting out an awful lot of heat where if you stuck a piece of paper in there, it's going to ignite that piece of paper. So anyways, they expect us to believe they're going to be able to travel the world and set up in different governments, territories, and do their experiments without any pre-approval. I'll tell you what, the amount of work here is astronomical. They would need somebody in Hungary to file the paperwork, somebody that can translate from English to Hungary, you know, somebody to deal with the government in Hungary and get all the approvals needed before they even travel there. So this would take at least 6 months to a year planning for each country they want to travel to. So here they are. They're going to go to Hungary for a week. It's going to take them a week to figure out how to get a laser to, I guess, you know, it should take 1 day, this whole experiment. But, you know, this is all over-engineered again. Over thought out, more complicated than it needs to be. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit. But this is just all about egos, people that like to play with their little lasers. You know, I doubt that this will even take place when it happens. Like I said, it'll be like the rocket launch, cancellation after cancellation. delay after delay after delay. I bet you they didn't even start seeking the approval to go do this experiment until just recently. And then they expect they're going to go to Dubai and UAE, and then they're going to go to Russia and then the USA. And you already know, for us, I live in the United States, I already know they ain't going to be able to freaking use this laser unless they get approval. They're going to need government approval. In Dubai, you can't even own a little cheap pin laser. It's illegal. You can't even own a drone. And do these clowns think they're that government's going to let them travel there and do an experiment across the Sea of Dubai? No way. Not happening. Not happening in my lifetime. So yeah, look for delays and cancellation on this experiment. And now let's move along. Like I said, I'm going to show you how over-engineered this is. This gentleman here, him and his wife just released this video, and it just tells you that we don't need FEcore to prove what they're trying to prove. He's 7.53 miles across the frozen lake. His wife's on the other side shining this light. Let's listen.
Okay, are you out to the water's edge yet?
Yeah, I'm out to the, well, not to the end of the peninsula.
Well, you don't need to go all the way I see you, just until you get to a water's edge. Because, you know, get as much distance as...
You want to be at the water's edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all you have to do is now lower... You're at, where's it at? Like, shoulder, chest high, or...
It's on the ice. Do you see it?
I just see glowing. But yeah, I can see a reflection in the water sometimes. Shine it on the water a bit.
Is this shining on the ice?
I don't see it.
It wasn't shining at you.
Now I see a reflection. Okay, before it dies or anything, can you lower it as far as you can go? Just tell me, kind of speak out and tell me where it's at.
Okay, do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, do you still see it?
Yes.
Do you still see it?
Yeah.
You still see it?
Yeah.
It is on the ice right now. The edge of the light is on the ice.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A simple, uncomplicated, not over-engineered. It didn't take a GoFundMe account and thousands or $100,000 and a bunch of clowns to travel the world. All it took was a flashlight and a camera. 7.5 miles. Jaron couldn't even do this with a laser in a 3-mile experiment. And that's what I mean, Jaron. That's why I mean Jaron shouldn't be doing experiments. Because he's dumb. But there you go, folks. An uncomplicated, scientifically verifiable, repeatable, observable experiment. But here's FEcore. They're going to tell you that this kind of stuff isn't presentable to the scientific community. So we need expensive equipment, expensive measuring devices, and all this to make it legit and make it presentable to the scientific community, like they're going to listen to them. The scientific community, or the government, they ain't going to change the government. FEcore ain't going to get the government to take them seriously, or the scientific community, just because they got a snazzy little $20,000 laser. This clown just made FEcore look stupid, because him and his wife did it with no money, with just a flashlight and a camera.
Holy crud. Alright, that's pretty much flat Earth. I don't see it.
It's on.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it on a second. I'm gonna zoom out.
There you go. 7.5 miles. And this guy just made FEcore and those so-called engineers look stupid with their lasers. There you go, folks. Let's move along here and end this video. I wanted to show you this. It's on IFers. F, and then you got the E, and then you got the C. FEcore Conference logo. Doesn't that look more like FEcore Conference logo rather than a Flat Earth International Conference? It makes you think, huh? Let me end the video with this. Have a good day, everybody.
Flowers eventually bear fruit, and with a growth of circles we have the traditional fruit of life diagram, containing 13 circles. Connecting the dots reveals Metatron's cube, an important diagram in the study of sacred geometry. It was named after the biblical figure Enoch, who was transformed into the archangel Metatron. Metatron's cube contains the 5 Platonic solids, both in smaller and larger scales, like a fractal. Platonic solids figure prominently in Plato's philosophy, after whom they were named.
There you go, folks. Have a good day.